Hi everyone, welcome to my art corner. If you are just tuning in, I'm Kathy. I am so glad that you're here, and for those who are returning, glad you're back. Today is part 3 of the 10-part watercolor painting series, focusing on our feathered friends. The bird today is a lovely tropical toucan with flowers and leaves. I have sketched in the bird, leaves and flowers. Then, I have erased as much of the pencil as I could. Alright, let's get started. I'll start at the top and work my way down the painting. I know that I have to speed up these videos, because otherwise the video would be 8 hours long. But, if you want to slow the video down to be able to watch in more detail, my painting process, here's what you do. Click the gear icon in the bottom right corner of the video player. Select playback speed from the menu. Choose a speed option. There you can slow down the video or speed it up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the next video, which will be a super cute and super easy chick in a nest. I'm sure you are wondering why I'm painting in my base color blue and purple when toucan feathers are black. On black fur or feathers, when light shines on the black feathers, you will see blues and purples. I will be adding in black, but I want some reflections of blues and purples. And of course, you always add in the lightest color first in watercolor. Okay, I'll let this dry and be back. For the tip of the beak, I'm blending together a dark blue and black. Now, mixing dark, purple and black, and even mixing in the blue. You never want a solid black. You want a variety of color, which adds interest. Next, back to the beak, adding more saturated oranges and yellows. Make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video for the pro tip. Okay, let's get started on the beautiful tropical flowers. A couple of interesting facts about toucans is that they use their beaks for thermoregulation. A toucan's beak isn't just for show. It helps them regulate body temperature by adjusting blood flow, similar to how elephants use their ears to cool down. Also, their beaks are surprisingly light, despite their large size. Toucan beaks are made of keratin with a honeycomb-like structure, making them extremely lightweight. Remember, with flower petals, leave some white areas and vary the color, usually darker in the center of the flower, and then lighter toward the outer part of the petals. Next, I will be painting the leaves, and I have a tool to help add in the leaf veins. It's clever and so simple. I'm using a green with a yellow hue. Then, while the painting is still wet, I'll use a cut-up plastic card to score a line onto the paper. making sure that I don't cut the paper. But like magic, the leaf veins appear. I will be using this trick from now on for leaf veins. In the last video, I used masking fluid, but the lines weren't fine enough. Maybe masking fluid for larger leaves, but for smaller ones, this worked perfectly. As you can probably see, at the top of the beak, the orange got away from me, and now I have orange where I don't want it. There are a few ways to fix this, and I will address them later in the video. We'll see which one might work the best. One way I could have avoided this problem is to use masking fluid around the drawing before painting. So, you can learn from my mistakes. A couple of other fun facts about toucans is their tongues are almost as long as their beaks. A toucan's tongue is long, thin, and feathery, helping it move food around in its mouth. Their beak colors can change. A toucan's beak can change slightly in brightness depending on diet, health, and even mood, as blood flow affects its pigmentation. They are incredible birds. I'm going to start painting the other variety of leaves. For the first type of leaves, I used a green with a yellow hue. Now, for these different type of leaves, I will use a green with a blue hue. You always want two different hues of green for different types of leaves. And I will be using the card to score in the veins for the leaves. Do you like how this toucan is looking? If you do, please hit the like button to give the video a thumbs up. It's the best way to help my channel. So, share the love. I'm really loving these tropical flowers. They are easy and provide a lot of color to the painting. With the painting dry, I'll be adding black to the toucan feathers, enhancing the colors on the leaves and flowers. Also adding in the other small flowers and leaves. just a side note. If you're just starting out with watercolor painting, the best advice I can give is to embrace the unpredictability. Watercolor has a mind of its own, so instead of trying to control every detail, let the paint flow and see what happens. Start with good quality paper, at least 140 pounds so it doesn't warp too much. Also, keep your palette simple. A few primary colors can mix into endless shades, and don't be afraid of mistakes. Happy accidents often lead to the most interesting effects. Most importantly, have fun and enjoy the process. It's all about experimenting and finding your own style. The Toucan is really coming together. But I still have to deal with my mistake. What I'm going to try first is using my gouache. Here's the pro tip about the difference between gouache and watercolor. Gouache and watercolor paints are both water-based, but they differ in opacity and finish. Watercolor is transparent, allowing light to pass through and create delicate layered effects, while gouache is more opaque, due to added white pigment, giving it a matte and vibrant look. Watercolors rely on the white of the paper for highlights, whereas gouache can be layered light over dark, making it more forgiving. Gouache also dries to a velvety finish, whereas watercolor retains a luminous, airy quality. These differences make gouache ideal for bold, graphic work and watercolor better suited for soft, flowing washes. Now, back to the painting. I'm going to give this a try. If this doesn't work, the other option is to add some more leaves and flowers behind the toucan. This is something all artists have to contend with from time to time. I'm going to use my white gouache to make the chest of the toucan whiter. If I did this with watercolor paint, it would look muddy. But with gouache, that doesn't happen. Gouache and watercolor can work well together. It would be great if you could leave me a comment. Have you ever used gouache in your paintings? Let me know. Well, there you have it. One impressive toucan. I love the tropical feel of this painting. Thank you so much for joining me. Have an awesome day and happy painting.